of course, well, first off, what's up, everybody? Um, so I was actually at work today, and we had to take some bullshit course on harassment and stuff. Everyone had to take it, okay? And it was like harassment, protecting personal information and stuff like that. Because a lot of the stuff that we come across at work, where I bag groceries and shit, is people's personal details. Very, very sensitive personal details. You know, like whether they're getting macaroni or fucking water or some shit. I don't know. Because everyone out there thinks I fucking bag groceries, even though that ain't true. But anyway, so, hold on for a second. So, a friend of mine just texted me. I know this is so not cool, but anyway, pretty damn decent phone, by the way. It's the LG Stylo 3. Anyway, so as I was saying, so when we get to the harassment portion of the video, I noticed a little narrative. Um, and that is that every person doing the harassing is a male, and every person being harassed is a female. There was one clip, sort of at the end, where it was kind of like the female was harassing the guy, but not really. Like, but when the male was harassing the female in these videos, it was blatant, obvious, aggressive, and when the male was confronted, he became angry. And it was a middle-aged male versus a little like young female. And I felt that post or that kind of pushed an agenda or had an idea behind it, and it kind of pushes the narrative to that men are aggressive and sexual predators and all kinds of stuff. Um, and that's what I didn't like about it. I just felt like it pushed that narrative because it did. It very heavily pushed it, and it it wasn't even like it was done by accident. It was made to look that way. Now the question is, or the thing is, me personally, I know that it's not like that. But what happens if you saw that if the same person working at a grocery store or at a job where you have 16, 17-year-old kids, what happens if they seen that or even younger than that, you know? And it pushed that narrative. So now it's got them in their mind saying, well, I'm a male, I'm aggressive, I'm mean, I'm violent, I'm, you know, all these things. All these things. Um, I don't think companies think that like pushes the narrative, but it does. It very heavily pushes that narrative, and you can obviously see it. Now, if it was the roles were reversed, people would be up in arms about it. But because it's just bastardizing men, because it is just making men look bad, nobody gives a fuck. Nobody cares. Because we're living in a society where we're taught that manhood is toxic. It's toxic to be a man. It's bad. Men do bad things. I felt that it pushed the narrative, and I want to know, or want everyone to know, according to my YouTube analytics, most of my subscribers are between the 30 and 35 year old male age, but I do have some that are between 17, 18, 19, stuff like that. And I want you to know that although we live in a society very heavily bastardizes men, very, very heavily pushes the narrative that we're violent and we're bad, you being a male isn't inherently making you bad. You being born with a penis instead of a vagina doesn't speak any kind of testament as to who you are as a person. So I know that it's pushed by society, but fuck society, okay? Fuck them. You be who you are. I mean, unless you're doing bad things, then stop. But don't think that just because society says so, that it's got to be true.